this is a really big deal for me and James. Good morning guys, so I've got a big day at Optix today. Very exciting news. We're about to announce our new leadership team. So we've kind of reached a size now where, as you know, James and I started the business 17 years ago, and we've kind of run it at a very flat level for a long time, and we're starting to realise that a new layer of management, or responsibility I should probably say, is required, so that allowing James and I to go off and do some of the other things that we're good at, and also to ensure that the voice of the guys that are working for us is heard and understood, and actions are made to improve the business and take it further forward. So it's really exciting for me today because this is something I've not done before really. Really looking forward to it. We've chosen 4 people to take on that mantle, and I'm going to be announcing that to the team this morning in the team meeting. So yeah, I'll see if I can get that on video and talk to you a little bit more about what the responsibilities of those people are going to be going forward. So you know that we've been talking about putting together a leadership team for a little while, and we've kind of got to the point now where we're ready to do that. I just want to go back to the reasons why we're doing that. So there's a few. We've reached a size in this business now where, you know, James and I started this business 17 years ago, and there was only 2 or 3 of us at the time, and there was only 2 of us for a very long time, and we were the only people of a certain level, and everyone else was a flat hierarchy underneath us. The challenge of that as we've grown is that you guys rightly want our time, and unfortunately we haven't been able to give it as much as we would have liked to. And so we knew that we needed to bring this in, but you have to appreciate that this is a really big deal for me and James because we haven't had to do this or haven't ever done this before, right? So what we're about to do is a very new thing for us in 17 years. This is a team we're putting together, a crack team, whatever you want to call them, who are in that they will be tasked with improving this business and making this business better. But it's about improving efficiencies, coming up with new ideas, innovation, all of those kind of things. They're going to have the ability to affect change without necessarily me and James authorising it. So they will come up with, as a group, which we will be part of initially, for the first 6 months until we feel comfortable but that they are on the same lines as us. They will be able to go into the meetings that they're going to have, come up with ideas, and then actually just get them authorised without me and James necessarily saying so. We tried to pick people from different backgrounds, different skill sets, who will work together and use those skill sets together. But one of the key things that we were always thinking about was the delight, support and engage, and ensuring that those 4 people are going to live those values, because if they're not living it, how can we ask everyone else to live it? The people that we've chosen are Rick, Kristen, Ben and Thomas. I really, really hope you'll support them, because I'm putting them in a position that they haven't necessarily been in before either. Okay guys, so we've done it. We have installed the leadership team, whatever you want to call it. I don't know if that's the right word, probably not. But yeah, we announced the leadership team this morning. So if I just kind of go over some of the responsibilities. In fact, hold it there. I have my notes from this morning. So here's some of the responsibilities. It's a team that are effectively going to be tasked with, they're not HR, so they're not looking after people particularly. It's more about innovating for the business, and improving the business, looking for options for new offers, new services, improving efficiency in the business, all sorts of things. They're going to be able to, I guess the only people that have really been able to sign off stuff up until this point have been me and James. So these guys will be able to affect change in the business. And when James and I have been busy and not being able to prioritise things, these guys will be able to take these ideas and action them and push them through the business in a way that we weren't able to. given that these guys have been sitting amongst the team for the last however many years they've been with the business, they're going to understand a lot more of the kind of on the floor challenges that maybe don't make it to James and I because people haven't told us or don't feel comfortable mentioning it. We're really open, obviously, here, but you know, there are still some things that maybe don't make it to us. So that team is going to be in place to look after that side of things. They're a go-to for the guys when we aren't perhaps around, which does happen, and the more we grow, the more that happens as well, because we are caught up in other meetings and board meetings with other companies or strategic alliances or sales, big sales and stuff like that. You know, out of a typical week, 5 days a week, I'm probably only in the office for 1 or 2, and then even in those 2 days I might only be available for a couple of hours or a few hours. So there's not an awful lot of time for them to get their messages across to us, and then obviously for us to actually act on them as well. So this team is there all the time to get stuff through. So we kind of set up a rough structure. They're going to meet once a week. There's going to be a chairperson for that meeting that rotates. They're going to define actions. They're going to control certain budgets. They're going to look after delegating certain tasks out to other people in the business. They'll be monitored on KPIs, reporting directly to James and I. By the way, I should say as well, because it's the first time we've done this, James and I will sit in that leadership team ourselves for the first 6 months, because it's really important that we obviously understand and help guide them in the way that we want decisions to be made and business to be done. Maybe not 6 months, maybe 3 months if we feel it's going well. We picked 4 people in the end, so those 4 people were Rick, Chris, Thomas and Ben here, and we picked them for a number of reasons, but really they're different areas of the business predominantly, so they bring those different skills, but each of them has shown a real willingness at Optix to drive this business forward and almost think like James and I do, really. You know, it's not just about them as people, but they think about the company, and that was a real, you know, a big reason why those people were chosen. Not to say that other people don't feel like that, because they do, and they really do demonstrate that as well, but it was just these 4 had some reasons beyond that as well, which made them the pick that we wanted to go for. What else can I tell you? We've decided that we're going to have a 12-month period where this is instilled, and then we can review it after that 12 months. So we'll see how it goes. A lot of the responsibility of making sure this works is on us initially in the first 2 or 3 months to get it off the ground and make sure the expectations are set correctly and it's communicated to the rest of the team as to why we're doing this and what the importance of it is. So we have to ensure that it's as successful as they do. But exciting times, guys, ahead, and I, for one, am looking forward to those guys taking on some of the things that I've had on my shoulders for a little while now. I'm sure growth pains in every business, but we've reached that size where we had no choice but to look at doing this now, and I'm excited by it. So hope it's useful, hope you guys can take something from it. I guess some of you won't be of the same size as us, some of you will be much bigger, but you know, take what you will from it. So until then, I'll see you next time.